Okay, I'll try again. Yo, what up? It's another edition of the Sasquatch Stock Check provided to you by the FCC, the SEC. No, I'm just kidding. Provided to you by the Dynasty. Nope, not the Dynasty. Just the Fantasy. Gonna redo this entire thing. All right. Yo, what up? It's the Sasquatch. I'm back for another edition of the Sasquatch Stock Check provided to you by the Fantasy Chairman. Again, this is another short, quick special just to kind of check the different stocks of different players around the leagues that might be rising, that might be falling. You might want to buy low. You might want to sell high. You might want to have some diamond hands. You might want to grab a penny stock. You might want to ride a $600 Tesla into the thousands. I don't know. We're going to find out. Who knows? Again, I'm obviously incredibly novice at anything to do with stocks, but I think that we could have fun with some describing of players and treating it kind of like the stock market. Okay. All right, let's start off with the Indianapolis wide receiver and running back room. Let's just talk about the offensive skill players in general. What did we see on Sunday? Well, we saw Seahawks win. Booyah! But we also saw Carson Wentz heavily favoring his running backs. I would say if you wanted to kind of get it under a microscope, the Lions and the Colts offenses look pretty darn similar. Now, I don't know if that's by design. I don't know if that's because T.Y.'s out. I don't know if that's because Carson doesn't quite trust Michael Pittman, Paris Campbell yet, but I don't know if that rhetoric even works because he does trust Zach Pascal. Man, he threw him 2 touchdowns. So I don't know, but man, Naheem Hines, like I said, and by the way, I'm not going to sit here and go, remember I said that? I'm so smart because I said that, right? Oh yeah, you should listen to me more because I said that. I'm not doing that. But I will say this. Well, we'll get to that. Let's wrap up the Colts here. Zach Pascal, was that an eclipse or was that for real? I'm going to go with this. Last year, he was like a breakout dude and everyone didn't want to believe it. And this year looks like the same thing. To me, it's a Greg Ward type of incident. And when Greg Ward was getting his, everyone was like, no, dude, he's trash. And then it was like, well, I'll pick him up just in case, bye weeks, injuries, who knows? And he actually got started over some people last year towards the end of the season because he was just putting up numbers, man. He's putting up solid flex numbers. I bet you Zach Pascal can put up solid flex numbers. I don't know I don't know. I can guarantee you he's not going to get 2 touchdowns every week. I can probably guarantee you there'll be weeks where he doesn't have a touchdown, but I think that he's going to be a decent flex guy. Okay. If I lose your week because you started him over like Brandon Cooks, that's on you. I'm telling you, he might be a decent flex guy. I don't want you to start him over like a top wide receiver of a team. And by the way, that's a foreshadow. We will be talking about how wrong I was about the Texans. And let's talk about that right now. Let's talk about the whole deal, okay? All the wide receivers for the Houston Texans, I would still say, even after the thrashing of Urban Meyer, sorry, Urban Meyer, you have made it. Welcome to the NFL, okay? Um, buy low. I didn't do buy lows for Indianapolis. I have ADHD. A buy low for Indianapolis would probably be a Naheim because people are probably like, oh, I wonder if they were just hitting him because they just playing Seattle and I blah, blah, blah. No, Naheim Hines is actually going to get some work. So I would buy low on Naheim. And yeah, I'm saying low. I think he's still low. I think what you saw on Sunday is going to be an every week thing. And people might be like, oh yeah, he's just getting, there's a big gap between Hines' workload on Sunday and Jamal Williams' workload on Sunday. Hines' workload, that's every week, I feel like. Jamal Williams, that was pretty close to his ceiling, I feel like. We'll get to that. He's a buy low. Zach Pascal, he might be a sell high guy. I don't think, I think 2 touchdowns is his ceiling, but I don't think he's going to just drop off a cliff either. So with that in mind, most people that are buying him aren't stupid and they're going to want, they're still not going to pay top dollar for him until they get like 4 or 5 consistent weeks out of him. And then even at that point, you're not going to want to trade him. So right now it's kind of this weird area where, hey, can you convince someone or send an offer that's really tricky? Then do it. He's a sell high if you can do it. All right. Houston Texans. Mark Ingram. What the heck? Apparently he still can play football, or at least touch the ball, 25 times? And apparently the Houston Texans want to just like literally run the hips off of his body. So, okay, let that be the way it wants to be. Maybe pick up Mark Ingram. You're definitely not starting him. Okay. You're definitely not starting Mark Ingram. If you have to, dang, man, that's tough. You're probably in a 16 or 20 team league. Do what you got to do. But if you're starting him in anywhere else, that's not good. That's bad. So Mark Ingram is, I don't even know what world this would be, but he's a sell high. I don't know what world that is. Maybe it's a 16 or 20 team league, but he's a sell high. Philip Lindsay, David Johnson, weird, not good, bad. Oh, the whole thing. I saw both. This backfield got 2 touchdowns last week, and it's bad. It's not good. Bad. But guess what? The wide receivers actually got some TDs too. They put up like a 40 bomb on Urban. So Urban went home thinking like, oh no, I made a mistake. And the deal is that Brandon Cooks has still got it. He still got it. He's a buy, man. He's gonna be man. They're gonna really want some cash, some equity, some serious value for him. But buy him up. He's a buy. He's gonna get looks. What was his like average ADOT? It was like 18 yards. He's playing like he's 24 years old. Buy him up. They got nothing to lose. You think they're gonna play like that every week? If they do, they're going to write a 30 for 30 about them because the deal is they suck. And Urban got exposed because honestly, the Texans probably sat in their office all summer long and were like, what's Urban going to do? And we're literally just doing everything they possibly could to give him a real awesome welcome to the NFL. They're not going to do that every week. So buy up your Brandon Cooks because they're going to be playing from behind often. Tyrod loves Brandon Cooks, it looks like. I don't care what, I do care what they're selling for. If they're trying to sell them for like a wide receiver, high end wide receiver 2, then you might want to back off a little bit, back off. But if they're going to sell them to you for like a wide receiver 3 or high end wide receiver 3 or low end wide receiver 2, I'm buying him. I'm buying him up. He's a buy. Danny Amendola, if you can do it, get the money and run. Yep, that was take the money and run. Really bad. Let's move on. We're going to the San Francisco 49ers. I know you're all mad. You're all sad. A few of you are glad. But we're going to talk about Elijah Mitchell. Elijah Mitchell is a product of the system. He's a 6th round running back, and yeah, he looked really good, but guess what? Anyone can look good in that offense any week, okay? Not someone that's going to lead that backfield every week. He's not. Yeah, Raheem Mostert out for the season. Things look sexy as hell. But guess what? Elijah, Trey Sermon, Jermichael Hasty, and oh, by the way, Jeff Wilson in 5 weeks. What does that sound like? That sounds like Bill Belichick on 3 Monster energy drinks. So what you want to do right now is there was a league where we had $100 of FAAB. I spent $100 on Elijah Mitchell. Everyone's like, whoa, dude, like play fantasy football much? I'm like, yeah, I do. I just picked up the Philip Lindsay / James Robinson of 2021. Shut your mouth. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell that dude for an RB2 price. And then what's going to happen is week 3 or week 4, maybe even week 5, I don't mind taking in the pants for 3 weeks. I he's going to drop off a cliff one of those weeks. And honestly, by the end of the season, I would not be surprised if he is dropped off of redraft teams. I'm serious. I'm serious. I'm not kidding. He's a sell high. Oh my God. This penny stock I just bought for 30 cents is at $10 this morning. Get up and sell. That is. Moving on now. We're going into the wide receiver core for the 49ers. Ah! Ayuk, what happened? You parked in Shanahan's spot? What'd you do? What did you do? God. Last year, Brandon Ayuk looked like a stud. He was like 22 years old and he was like he had a solid route tree. He was doing all sorts of stuff. He looked great. Then he comes out this year and Shanahan, saying good things about him all off season. And then he gets to the game and didn't do anything. And I'm not even paraphrasing. He literally did nothing. Deebo Samuel showed him how to eat. It's insane watching that, there were so many people in disbelief that drafted Ayuk. And then you get to Monday and Shanahan's like, honestly, Ayuk, he's all right. He's fine. But the thing is that he needs to prove to me that he's better than the guy behind him. And right now he hasn't. Do you want to know the guy behind him? Do you want to know the name of that guy? Trent Sherfield. Yeah, I don't know who that is either. So sell, run away. No, seriously though, let's be honest. Outside of just being funny, Brandon Ayuk is very good. I know what Kyle Shanahan is doing. He's trying to light a fire under not a rookie, but a young guy's butt. He's trying to say, get it in gear or I ship you. Has anyone ever heard of Dante Pettis? The thing with this entire situation is Dante Pettis was a bust. And Kyle Shanahan's like, please don't be a bust. Please don't be a bust. I'll do anything. I'll do anything. Just please don't be a bust. And I'm sorry, but he was a bust. Brandon Ayuk is not a bust. We've seen a sample size. We've seen what he can do. Kyle knows what he can do. So what he's doing right now is he's lighting a flame under his butt. And it's a smart thing to do. It's a Belichick style thing to do. And it's going to be okay. He's going to get into the offense. Okay. So right now for me, honestly, the super covert thing, he's a freaking buy low, man. He's a buy low. Oh, hey man. Oh yeah. Ayuk. Someone dropped Ayuk in one of the leagues I was in a redraft. Someone dropped Ayuk. Okay. That's a 5th or 6th round redraft guy. Someone dropped him. All right. So what I'm trying to say is go grab him. And maybe the person that has him right now is like, no, and they're super stubborn. Okay, fine. Give me week 2. Because this is a long game thing. He's 22 years old. He's not playing. Kyle Shanahan doesn't play fantasy football. And if he does, then he's exposed in so many ways. But no, he doesn't play fantasy football. So what he's doing is he's literally nurturing this kid. So buy him up. He's going to be a week 4, week 5 guy, and then he's going to be boom, 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 wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3. Take it to the bank. Okay. Especially since Raheem went down. Give me that. Okay. Let's move on to the Cardinals. Christian Kirk is kind of good. You might want to pick him up. He's a buy low. DeAndre Hopkins is still good. He's not a sell high. You're going to get that. That's not a ceiling. That's not a ceiling what you got from DeAndre Hopkins. So go ahead and buy him up if you can for the wide receiver 1 price. I always love DeAndre. His hands are bigger than my feet. Moving forward. Let's go to New Orleans. What happened? LASIK surgery is for real. Apparently, Jameis can see now because he is dropping the dimes. Okay. I don't know if I buy it completely. I think that the Packers were just like eating chips and pizza all off season and thought that they could just waltz in like the 2020 Philadelphia Eagles and just be gods. And you're not. So I think when it comes to their offensive skill players, I think Aaron Jones is an incredible. Oh, did I completely pivot? I didn't even say it. I'm going to the Packers now. Sorry, ADHD. Aaron Jones is a big time buy low. AJ Dillon is a buy low as well, but not as big as Aaron Jones. My God, should I do Aaron Jones for, what was it? Aaron Jones for, it was like, it wasn't James Robinson. It was something even worse. And I was like, I was just trying to help people. I was like, no, why would you do that? God, you are the epitome of overreaction Monday. Don't do that. And he was like, okay, dude, chill. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I just want to help people. Okay. So that's what happened. And, in the end, he ended up being like, yeah, you're right. Okay. And I'm like, just find a rock, get under it, come out week 3. Everything's going to be fine. Okay. But here's the deal. Devontae, man, you might be able to buy low on that dude with some seriously ignorant owners right now. If you can, do it. Because guess what? Devontae can put up better numbers weekly than DeAndre Hopkins. Buy based on that. Yeah, I know. Oh, Aaron Rodgers is he's trying to what was it? Troll the Packers. Yeah, right. Do you understand the amount of money that's going into that? Most of the people that are saying that have never had that amount of money in any sort of business transaction that they've ever been a part of in their entire life. Do you realize the financial implications that would happen if anyone figured out that Aaron Rodgers, the MVP of the 2020 season, just all of a sudden was going to troll, quote unquote, troll the Packers for millions of dollars? That's not how life works. Okay. There would be serious problems there. That's not what's happening. Aaron Rodgers is not trolling the Packers. Okay. He's going to come out week 2 and ball out. Take it to the bank, write it. Okay. I don't know if that's MVS. I don't know if that's Lazard. I don't know if that's Tanyan. I don't even know if that's Jones, but that's definitely Devontae. Get ready to see him balling out. Oh, wait, Okuda tore his Achilles? Bring your popcorn and bring your sodas because you're going to be sitting and watching Aaron Rodgers vintage. Moving on. Kenneth Gainwell is good. Buy him up. He's not going to be sold for low right now, but if you can get him for a backup price, okay, a little lower than you'd buy a Jamal Williams right now, buy him up. Miles Sanders looked good. He looked good. He was going back and forth at the beginning. I would say the first 3 quarters, I think, he was averaging over 5 yards a carry throughout the first 3 quarters. And then they just started like giving him halfback dives over and over, just running the A gap. And I'm like, my God, eventually they're going to figure out that you want to just keep doing that. So I think that the sample size is small, but Miles Sanders looks like he wants to get paid off of his rookie contract. So, I like it. Moving on. Los Angeles Chargers. Let's see here. Jared Cook is still good. If you can get him and you're in a TEP, buy that dude up, man. Get him. He's not necessarily buy low, but I think honestly I think that those numbers are consistent, but I think he starts putting in touchdowns. And so if that's the case in a TEP, he's putting up some numbers, man. That's low end tight end 1. Put him up. Okay? Put him up. Keenan Allen, that I think what you found is the floor. So if you can do it, again, this one's going to be a tough one. If you can do it though, buy him up. Get him. Go up and get him. All right. Y'all were waiting on this, and here we go. We're going to do it. It's the New England Backfield. No one wants to talk about it, but everyone wants to hear about it. Okay? What's that mean? Well, stick around. James White is still going to get 6 passes a game. If that wasn't clear last week, it's definitely clear this week. Why is that? Because a couple of young running backs can't hold on to the dang ball. All right, that's the way it is. Bill Belichick hates fumbling. Bill Belichick will light your contract on fire if you're a special teams player and you fumble a punt return. Bill Belichick cut Jonas Gray after a 200-yard, 2-touchdown game because he missed his alarm clock Monday morning. Now, let's back that up a little bit. And if you're a Damian Harris owner, are you shaking in your boots? Probably. But let me give you a little bit of feeling to feel okay. They have nothing else on that team. Nelson Aguilar is a solid low-end wide receiver 2, high-end wide receiver 3. Everyone else, Jacoby Myers can catch underneath routes. Great. Thumbs up. Everyone else on that team, wide receiver-wise, blows. Okay? Now, we're talking about the tight ends. The 12 sets, I want to say they ran 80 to 85% of game 1. wow, looks like they're going to run 2 tight end sets a lot of the time. And if your name isn't Nelson Aguilar, or if you're not running underneath routes like Jacoby, you're not getting anything out of the ball being passed from the rookie. Okay? But if you're a running back, man, did Damian look good in the first half. He was averaging like, I want to say 6 to 7 yards a carry. His first 2 runs were 15 and 20 yards. He was busting them. That Patriots O-line looked amazing. Man, and the thing is, Ramondre, he's a young guy. He fumbled too. And so they got to figure it out. What are they going to do? Pick up some low-life running back off of they're going to sign Todd Gurley? No. They got to run the ball. That's their identity. Damian Harris is safe. Blah, blah, blah. Have you ever seen Moneyball when Brad Pitt's at the table and they're talking about all these guys and what their girlfriends look like? And he goes, blah, 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 blah. That's what's happening right now, okay? Yeah, Damian, we really want you to have some incentive and some passion and really feel scared so you hang on to the ball. No, that's not how it happens in the NFL, okay? You either hang on to the ball and make a lot of money or you don't, okay? This isn't the same. This isn't the same as like a Brandon Ayuk and like trying to get him to understand how the game, like a professional does his thing because he's a future star. This is run my running back into the ground because I want to do a play action to my tight ends who I paid, I don't know, $15 million a year. That's what this is. Okay. So he doesn't care about all of that. What he cares about is holding on to the dang ball so he can kick a field goal and win the game. And I think that they can do that. Okay. So hold on to your Damon Harrises. Don't sell them. People are going to be trying to buy low. If you can, buy low on him because guess what? Next week, he's going to touch the ball 20 times. He's going to touch the ball 20 times in week 2. Write it. Okay? We're going to wrap this up, but I just got a couple more that we're going to do. Okay? A couple more. Atlanta Falcons. Gross. That was disgusting. I feel like I ate something bad. Blech. Here's the deal. Calvin Ridley, he's still very good. He's still going to finish as a top 5 wide receiver. If you can buy low right now, send the house. Okay? Send the house. If you can pay a high-end wide receiver price for Calvin Ridley, I don't know who would do it, but my God, have I seen some awful things happening so far on Overreaction Monday. If you can do it, and there is a world where you can, then go do it. But I don't know if you can, and you definitely can't in any of the leagues that I'm in. But if you can, then go do it, okay? Kyle Pitts looked very not NFL ready. He looked like he was probably doing really great in the training camps and all that, which is awesome, but so was Elijah Moore. And when surprise, surprise, week 1, the rookies are like, wow, things are moving really fast here. Yeah, they are. So it's time to kind of sink or swim. Tight ends take a while, man. Give them some time. I'm not saying drop to Kyle Pitts, but if you're in a TEP and you want to buy him for low, go ahead and try. The thing with rookies, though, is really hard because everyone loves their sexy little rookie player. Foreshadow alert. What'd I tell you about? I said I wouldn't do that. Jamar Chase went off, guys. And so everyone was sitting in front of TV with their Alka-Seltzer going, Jamar Chase. Yeah, sell that dude right now because guess what? Tyler Boyd will lead the team in targets. I'm saying that out of my mouth. So go get your Tyler Boyds. He's a buy low. Go sell your Jamar Chases. He's a sell high. And T. Higgins is just doing fine where he's at. Okay? Cool. Moving on. Last thing, okay? One more thing here. Okay? I want to tell you that I, along with everyone else at the Fantasy Chairman, feel very terrible about the Ryan Fitzpatrick injury. It hurt our souls and our hearts to see that man go down. He is a true. It was like when you saw Benny the Jet Rodriguez getting his baseball jersey bit by the beast while he was running, and he's in slow-mo like, that feeling. That's what I felt when I saw Ryan Fitzpatrick go down. And I feel like everyone else felt the exact same feeling. But what are the fantasy implications? Bad. Not good. Yeah, Taylor Hinkie, he's okay. He's okay. But here's the deal, guys. That offense is made for That offense is made for a Mustang with a lot of horsepower. And when you get a quarterback that doesn't put his foot down, like a Ryan Fitzpatrick, you're going to get a lot of carburetor buildup because you haven't had what my brother-in-law Kyle would say, they haven't quite pinned it lately. So you got to pin it every now and then, and that's what Ryan Fitzpatrick was there for. He was there to pin it. Taylor Heineke is not going to pin it, okay, nearly at all, because he wants a contract. He's a young Kirk Cousins, but not really. So what he's going to do is he's going to drop down, drop off. Man, it's so sad to see us for Terry McLaurin, man. It's so sad. But I still think he's going to get like 8 or 9 targets a game. He's not getting the 12 he would have from Ryan. He's not going to have the 200-yard games. God. But he's going to be fine. He's going to be a high-end wide receiver too. I'm sorry though, guys. We all saw it. Gibson, man, I don't know. He's probably going to get a lot of drop downs. He's probably going to be a high-end wide receiver, or I'm sorry. He's going to be a low-end wide receiver too. He's going to be a high-end running back too. A low-end running back 1 with the high-end wide receiver 2 thing, you know. It's going to be good for Gibson. I'm just sad. But yeah, that's the end of this segment. On a low note, I'm sorry. Tune in next week. We're going to have more stuff coming. It sounds like Ben and Alex are really getting into the swing of things, and things are going to really start popping. Hopefully you didn't overreact on Monday. Don't sell Zach Moss. Don't sell Trey Sermon. Please hold on to Trey Sermon. Please hold on to him. I didn't even say his name in that whole goulash of running backs. Please hold on to him. Don't sell him. Don't drop him. Please. Okay. I will see you guys next week. This is the Sasquatch, and I am signing off. Peace.
Hey, Alex.
What?
So when you're on a boat and you're on like a rocky ocean, you know, and you're drifting out to sea, what's the best way to keep your boat like sturdy and just staying still?
Oars?
No, not even close. You throw out your anchor.
Oh, your anchor. Oh,
yep,
okay.
You throw out your anchor. You know what I like to do to keep my podcast steady and just sturdy while everything else seems to be rocky and wavy around me?
Not oars, right?
Not oars. It's Anchor again.
Oh, okay.
That's right. Anchor.fm. Let me explain. This app is free, completely free to host your podcast on.
Like 100% free?
100% free. And you get unlimited storage for all your episodes.
Unlimited?
Unlimited.
Unlimited.
As Russell Wilson would say.
Yes.
That's right. It's also got creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer.
Well, I'm all about that.
I know. And it also distributes your podcast for you, so it can be heard on the likes of Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, all of them.
What's not to like?
It's great. You can even make money from your podcast, Alex.
And we're all about that.
And you don't need minimum listenership. So,
that's
that's a real good thing. It's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. You need to download the free Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started.
I'm getting right on it right now.
Keep your boat and your podcast sturdy.